Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been coming back and enjoying my readings, thanks for coming back, and I do appreciate that. If you like my reading style today, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe. I'm new here, and it really would help my channel, and I would appreciate that so much from you. So thank you in advance for doing that for me. This will be your weekly reading for the week of February 2nd through the 8th. And during that time, the moon energies will be first a waxing crescent moon. And that can be a time when, it's your sentences are heightened and you're just really able to buckle down and get to work on things. Excuse me. Then the first quarter moon on the 6th, that can be kind of a day where you might feel impatient, a little impulsive, just a little frustrated. So relax through that if you can. Just remember that day and take a breath through all of that, because then we move into the waxing gibbous energy, and that's kind of back to work, a deeper understanding of what you're focusing on, and just really the ability to use your intuition and introspection. So keep those moon energies in mind as you move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. I will get my mouth working today yet, I promise. All right, Taurus for February 2nd through the 8th. Your overall message card for this reading is hold your vision. All right, let's see what you guys are working on this week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, I'd like to remind you to keep a spiritual journal. Sometimes we don't recognize the patterns that are evolving in our life when it comes to our spiritual experiences. So, keeping track of those things that you learn or synchronicities that you have, maybe dreams you're having, encounters that you have, it can help you look back at some point on emerging patterns and kind of help you see where you are and where you've been. So, just my little reminder for the week. All right, Taurus, February 2nd through the 8th. I'm very tongue-tied today. All right. Taurus, your overall energy right now is, done with something. That's funny. The reading I just did with Aries was also kind of a final push and kind of an ending. So, and this could be, a lot of times I find doing these readings, I'm used to reading one-on-one for people. And it's new to me here on YouTube to read for a collective. And I'm really finding that the readings kind of tend to coincide and there's a lot of the same type of energy. It's not exact, but very, very interesting that that's your first card. So it looks like there is something that you are done with. And this could be, what this is air energy. So this could be that you're intellectually done with this, or this could even be a communication of some sort that you're done communicating with somebody. This is, maybe you've gone no contact with someone, or, there's just something there that you are kind of done with and you're at the end of some sort of cycle. And again, it could be thoughts, but it could be messaging, could be a way of thinking, but you're definitely done with something. Your current situation is a new perspective. So, of course, when you go through things like that, and when you go through, even I'm getting that if this is some sort of wounding that you've been through, like literal wounding, wounding to your heart and your mind and your soul, that you're done with it. You're done and you're ready to move on. And that brings on a new perspective and a new way of being. So, and that's how we get to those new perspectives. The universe likes to test us and put us through things so that we can see things in a new way. So, at the root of your situation is the high priestess. So, here comes your intuition. This is the card of mystery, but it's also a card of wisdom. You've learned something through this process, through having all these knives at you and in your back, and you're just done. You are so done. But you're in this new perspective, and you're probably, your intuition is helping you get there. There is some wisdom that's deep within you that's kind of guiding you through this and probably helping you make decisions, and that's just really awesome to have at the root of your situation is this high priestess card. That's you helping you. Again, hold your vision on what this might be in your recent past. So, more swords here. So, this is some sort of, I'm getting the word crossroads is coming to me, that you were at some sort of mental crossroad where, maybe you've had a decision to make one way or the other. Does this mean you've made this decision perhaps? Because you're definitely at the ending of something. So, I'm getting the feeling that this is you, really weighing that. It wasn't like an easy decision for you to make. You've had to weigh pros and cons. And, if I go down this path and here's the possible things that could happen. And if I take the other road, there's the possible things. Of course, none of us can see the future. All we can do is make those decisions and just hope that everything works out for the best. What's on your mind this week is the Three of Pentacles. So, is it on your mind to collaborate, to I'm almost feeling like, is it on your mind to get with people? Um, and usually that card is kind of presented in a work sense, but I'm not really picking that up here. I'm just picking up that this is just hanging out with people that you can relax around, that you can be yourself around, and really just let yourself really relax and be around those kinds of people as you're kind of going through the struggle in this new perspective, and people that will understand and allow you to just kind of open up and talk to them about that. So, again, more than just the that's usually a card of this is usually a card of like collaborative work. And I'm just not picking that up. I just feel like you need the time to get with people that are on your page. What is just ahead of you this week? Okay, so this is one of those cards that every time I pull it out, and I always ask the person that I'm reading for, where do you see yourself in this card, or what's going on in this card? Because this is obviously a card of charity. This person is giving, but these people here are receiving, and they're a part of this card too. And I always ask the person, where are you on that scale? Are you giving? And are you giving from the right place? Are you giving enough? Are you giving too much? All of those giving questions that you have to ask. Or are you on the receiving end? And are you able to do that? Not everyone is able to receive. Sometimes that's hard to do. When you see it as some type of charity or what, if you have someone that wants to help you, that could be really hard for some people just in their sense of pride and and who they are. So this is what's ahead of you this week, is this cycle of giving and receiving, and you need to ask yourself, where are you on this cycle? And are you in the right place and in the right headspace for both of those actions? If you're giving, like I said, if it's you need to ask yourself all the questions about giving. Am I doing this for the right reasons? Is this good for the person? Excuse me, let me get a drink here. Sometimes giving is a good thing. Sometimes giving can turn into enabling. And then in the receiving realm, sometimes receiving is awesome. You really need the help on something, or sometimes you really do need to struggle. And it's the maturity on both ends of knowing when that help is a good thing or not. So you need to ask yourself where you are in that. Again, you can leave a comment and let me know if you are on the receiving end of some help this week, or if you're in need of help this week, and how that makes you feel on both sides of that. But you need to really ask yourself, because that energy of giving and receiving, and it could be both. It could be that you're giving of your time and energy, and but receiving in monetary funds. Okay, you could be in both of those situations this week. In your advice position is our Page of Cups, who I love to see, especially if your reading starts to get a little bit heavy like this, which this does feel kind of heavy to me. That there's a lot of decisions that you're making this week that affect your future, and that affect this new perspective and how you're going to be. And here comes our Page of Cups, our Joker, our levity. I really see him as just the lightest, most fun card in the whole deck. This is this is the person that can feel a tense situation, like a tense social situation, and just throw the right joke in that makes everybody laugh and just breaks that tension up. This is kind of your your class clown. It's just the comedian in the room. And is that you? I mean, this is in your advice position. And this could be telling you, you know what, lighten up a little bit. This is really intense what you're going through right now, but you need to also have some levity and lighten up and laugh a little bit. That could be with this gathering, of course, with friends and people that you're comfortable with that you can joke around with and have that kind of levity with. What's beyond your control this week is just kind of juggling the world, juggling your material world, your money, your home life, and probably because of these kind of deeper things that you're going through. And I totally understand that. If you're having a perspective change, really the last thing you're thinking about is, did I pay the electric bill and is the dishwasher loaded? So those types of things, it's beyond your control that you're kind of going to be blindly juggling, just kind of going through life and I'm going to get these things done, but it's not really what's on the forefront of your mind this week, but beyond your control that you're going to have to do that, and it looks like you take care of that. What is your secret desire or what you're trying to avoid? Queen of Cups. So another one of these, in this position, this is one that only you can answer. Is your secret desire to really have an understanding of your emotional world? I mean, this is someone who's able to be sympathetic, empathetic, someone who's able to kind of nurture, be motherly, to be charitable, and to be able to express their emotions in a really good way. It's someone who's compassionate and generous. Are you doing, because of the position, because it's secret desire, are you trying to avoid mothering and being tender and gentle and really understanding your emotions, or is that your secret desire in this entire situation? Only you can answer that, and there's really no right answer to that. It's one or the other. You know the answer to that, and I guess you need to put the thought into that. If you're trying to avoid it, maybe you need to explore why you're trying to avoid it. And if it is your secret desire, the same thing. You always need to explore both of those options and how you're being and how you move forward in this particular situation. In your outcome position, every time I see this card, I just think, because it's like this wraps up whatever you're going through. You're going to feel better. And I mean, look where you've gone. You've gone from, these swords in your back and all this anxiety to these swords resting in their resting place with you, resting beneath them. This is our card of rest and meditation. This is, allowing yourself to just relax, to really rest, to get a good night's sleep, to not let these things that are going on really bother you anymore. Let it go. A 10 here, tens are endings and they're also these new beginnings. So you've got this new beginning, this new perspective. And I do feel like towards the end of the week, that you're just going to be able to breathe out, let it go, and just really let yourself rest and recuperate. All right, what's being hidden from you this week is judgment. So, very interesting. The fact that it's being hidden, it just means that, if there is judgment that's coming somewhere, either from yourself about yourself or from others, from someone else, it's not going to be there this week. If it's generally something you're feeling, you just, that's not there. And I think that's okay. Don't judge yourself, don't judge others, and don't feel yourself being judged. And I think who needs that kind of stress with everything else that you're going through here? All right, final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. And I'm looking to see here. I like to do a last look here before every reading. And I find it's very interesting that I'm not seeing any fire in your reading. This is all earth energy, water energy, um, air energy. So there's no fire. And it could be kind of I get the feeling of kind of a dulling. the word I'm looking for? Um, kind of like kind of moping, kind of dull, not open to all the senses, and whatever this is going on with you this week, I feel like this is a very internal type struggle. So again, I'm going to say make sure that you do get with some friends this week. Have some sort of levity. Like I said with this juggling, that you're just kind of going through the motions of things this week. And because this is so heavy on your mind, and again, I just get this kind of lethargic mopey feeling, but it will lift before the end of the week, and you're going to be in a place where you feel a lot better. After you grasp onto this new perspective, things are going to lighten up. So keep that in mind. All right, Taurus, final message: strengthen your gifts. So, what are those gifts? And, I would go back to this Queen of Pentacles here. Do you have the gift of being nurturing and motherly, and being very, just compassionate with the people around you, or do you not? Um, do you tend to maybe be a little bit colder? That would be the thing I would explore if I were you this week, is how are your emotions playing into what you have going on this week. So, in holding your vision, I feel like this is talking about this new perspective, this new outlook. This judgment is taken away from you. You're not feeling that this week, and I feel like you've made some decisions and you're just kind of done and moving towards the future. But I don't even feel like this is a situation that's going to completely wrap up this week. You're going to feel better about it by the end of the week, but hold on to your vision of the way you want to be, strengthen your gifts. And if that means that you're able to brush judgment aside, if you're able to maybe get control of your emotions, if you're in a position where you're able to give or able to receive, strengthen those kind of inner gifts that you have, and it's just going to move you forward in your life down the road. And if this little blip of a thing that you're going through, you're always being tested by the universe. And if it's a thing that happens this week, you may look back months from now and think, oh, well, I'm glad that happened because it changed me. It changed who I am, and it let me move forward in a better way. So, Taurus, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you are comfortable sharing, of course, leave me a comment and let me know what you're going through. It helps me connect with you. Also, I do post weekly readings, so come back next week. We'll see if this message evolves or if there's something totally different here for you. Also, if you like my reading style, please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel. I'm new here and getting used to how YouTube works and how to do a reading like this in a room by myself, which is totally not my element. And it's been enjoyable. I'm really actually learning a lot about myself and how the collective works. It's actually been educational for me. So anyway, thank you so much again, Taurus, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.